Live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of the Distiller's Perspective. I am with Scott and Jeremy from the Skunk Brothers Spirits. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how you doing?
I am fantastic. It's actually been an extremely busy day over here, or a busy week, because tomorrow morning I'm leaving for Kentucky on like a dark 30 flight to go do my annual training with my reserve unit. And so there's not many people I would have kept this slot open for, but you guys are not only a Washington State distillery, but you're a veteran-owned distillery. And I was just like so excited to have you guys come on the show, and just I'll let you know right up front, I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Awesome. So I haven't had a drink all day. Hold on. So I got some bottles from you. And so
I only said a couple.
This is your flagship, right? Your baseline bourbon. So I'm going to pour a glass of this, and then I'm going to give you the floor. If you could first tell me about your military service, and then tell us all about how you got into distilling. And I know you have other family members that are in the service as well. So if you could include that, but I'll shut up. Floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, so I've been military, or had been military, for 23 years before I retired. 6 years active duty Air Force, fire department, and then I got out and went reserves and guard. And,
okay.
So I've been a guard firefighter for the rest of the time, with a couple stints here and there doing other things, but for the most part, it was almost all guard fire department. At the same time, I was also a civilian with the unit. So on my weekends, I would be a guard guy and change my uniform and sit at the same desk and be a firefighter for the state of Oregon. So that's what I do.
Okay, so for your whole career, you were a firefighter the whole time?
Yeah, for the most part. I did a little bit with what they call SURF-P, which is a response unit with it's Army and Air Force.
Yeah.
For natural disasters and attacks and things.
Right.
For the most part, yeah, firefighter the entire time. So
awesome. And the other members of your family, I know that when you came on the Veterans live stream at the beginning of the month, you mentioned that you have other family members that also serve.
Yeah, so my dad was a Marine. All my uncles were military. My brother was a combat medic in the Army. My sister was Air Force for 30 years, and my two nephews are Marine and Army lieutenants right now. So, and my youngest nephew, Jordan, has been riding out a storm down in Guam. So,
okay.
He's Army, but he's with the unit down there in Guam. So I believe he's on the Air Force base down there. So he's lucking out.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there's so many other stories that we could branch off of that. But let's start out with: are you guys drinking anything tonight, or are you not? All right. So let me cheers off with you guys. Hey, cheers! Thanks for being here. Ting.
And then Jeremy here, he got in with me in about a few years ago, and he's my stepson, and he's my head distiller now. So
nice.
He started out mopping floors and stacking boxes, and now he's doing the distillations.
Hey man, that's the honest way to do it. Start it by sweeping and washing dishes, then work your way up to the top. That way you know all the layers below you. So when it's time for you to train somebody, you can be like, look, I did this every day. And set them straight. All right, so when you guys are looking at your screen, right side of the screen, you'll see a chat box. You might have the one selected that says private. If you click on the tab that says comments, you'll see everybody jumping in saying hi. So Ben the Demon Hunter, our brother from the north, he's up in Canada. One more client. All right, so this was a little while ago. This was like half an hour ago. Man, Ben was the first one here. Right on. William Reynolds. William Reynolds is a Vietnam vet. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. William Hall's in the house. Cheers, Skunk Brothers. Awesome, dude. William Hall's been looking forward to this episode. Charred and Twisted is in the house. They are a local group that's going to be on here in a little bit and show us how to make a cocktail with some of your spirit.
Right on.
So
Yeah, Guam got super typhoon, so yeah, they're. I'm seeing Demon Hunter talking about it.
Yeah.
So my
Damn,
it was funny 'cause
what's up, Tommy D?
my sister's been, kind of stressing over my nephew down there, and he's a lieutenant, and she's saying, well, hopefully getting home and taking care of the family and everything, and then she found out he was actually working, and it was like, yeah, it's not what you're used to with the Air Force.
Yep.
Her experience with the Air Force is a lot different than mine, but because I was actually in a more physical career field, so
Right.
her not so much. She works at the academy, so
Okay.
But,
Big Vic's in the house. What's up, buddy? TroyMan's here. Thanks. I was hoping you'd be here, Troy. What up? Tommy D, Go Air Force, 24 years. Tommy D, thanks for being here, but yeah, awesome. For all Americans and veterans, thank you. Filipino in-laws. Oh yeah, Ben. Heck yeah. Early times, good old stuff. Super typhoon. That's what you were just talking about. Gotcha. Wilson Mayfield's in the house. Looking forward to hearing about the story. I was at Skunk Brothers back in October. I remember seeing Jeremy working in the back while I was tasting at the tasting bar. So you guys are in the tasting bar right now, right?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. It's freaking sweet. Z-Man's in the house. What's up, buddy? Jerry Black is in the house. What's up? He's a Desert Storm vet. Absolutely. Kicking off Memorial Day the right way with some vets and some whiskey. Whiskey food, dude. Our Marine brother Paul right here. What's up, buddy? Glad you could be here. All right, so tell us, how did you get into distilling?
I was a bad kid. My grandfather was a designer, and I didn't get to meet him. He passed before I was born, but there's a lot of wild stories about my family and all that kind of stuff. And when I was 13 years old, my best friend and I figured out how to make wine. His parents were making wine, and we were working on a horse ranch, so we had plenty of space and places to do things. And so we made wine, and it was disgusting. And then 8th grade started, and we were distilling water in class, and the teacher made an offhand comment about if this was, if this had alcohol in it, you'd be making liquor. And it was kind of off to the races after that. We did get caught, and I got whooped like I never believed I could get whooped. And fortunately, my dad never found out, because he would have just killed me off and buried me in the backyard. But yeah, we were making it for a few months there, and luckily we didn't poison ourselves. And then I learned not to get caught again. And so fast forward into high school, I was making a little bit. Went to the first Gulf, was making it there. As you know, it's a little difficult to get a hold of. And just kind of hobbyist for a long time, and I've always just had the passion for it. So finally, about 10 years ago now, 11 years ago, somebody bought me a still for my birthday, and my brother was living with me, and we were making whiskey and having a good time, and decided, yeah, we're gonna do this for a living. We were really drunk, but I'm surprisingly good at federal paperwork. So we did the paperwork, got the license, and off to the races we went. So it's just kind of been going ever since.
Right on.
Completely different from how I got started, because
Oh yeah.
I just wanted a job at a high school, because I knew college wasn't for me, not being able to just sit there and focus all day in a classroom. So they had a position that was manual labor, which is exactly what I wanted. And so I started here as what we classified as the glorified janitor, because run around, clean, polish all the tanks. But then I was allowed to do all of our milling for our grain. And then I started asking what happened afterwards, and I got shut down because I wasn't 21 yet, and I wasn't allowed to touch anything after we had milled the grain. So I went to YouTube University for a while and discovered after the fact, and then slowly started fiddling with things when our previous distiller would like go out for a smoke break, and I would notice things happening on the still that weren't necessarily safe. So we needed like turn on water, turn down heat and stuff. And I started doing that and kind of learning my own way through, kind of like Scott, but in a different area.
Okay.
If you in the system. And it's funny because looking into it now, that's really how you have to do it. We've looked into schooling. It's difficult to get the distilling side, easier to get the fermentation side, because you can go to college and get a fermentation science, but I would take it if it wasn't everything to do with yeast from bread to whiskey. And again, I threw half of that sleeping and the rest I'd pay attention to because it'd be important. I found it easier to just learn online, again, that YouTube university.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, we would find books like The Complete Distiller or something, you know, back in the day, and really think we had something. And now you can just go online, you know, oh yeah, homedistiller.org, and you know everything you need to know, or watch something on YouTube and you know learn so much. And I really had that experience where I had been doing it for a long time, but I hadn't done it on a large scale, and it took a lot of. I would learn a little bit and then cruise along for a while, and then I would kind of plateau where I'd be learning and then just kind of hit a standstill and then take off again, learning new things. So that's because of that, we have a lot of products now, and I've learned a lot and kind of perfected things quite a bit. So compared to what we had 10 years ago to now is a huge deal. So yep.
Yeah, I'd say so. So a little bit off topic. In the if not on the, you won't be able to see it in your StreamYard screen, but anybody on YouTube, in the comments section, I just put in a poll, just a fun way to engage the audience while we're chatting. So the poll says, "What is your favorite finish for whiskey?" And so the choices are port finish, sherry finish, cognac or armagnac, or an other. So if you want to choose something else than those, then just select other and put in the comments what your favorite finish is.
Are you asking me what mine is?
I was getting there.
Yeah, I like port finish, actually. It's one of my favorites. I drink a lot of scotch when I'm not drinking bourbon, and my favorites tend to be the port. So
okay.
But I kind of like sweet stuff, so I guess it kind of fits.
Let's see. I missed a few people. Wandering Magoo's in the house. Corn and Whiskey's in the house. What's up, Cheech? Deathless Dog sent you. Appreciate Dan sending you guys over. Cheech. Indpndt Joe. Speaking of, so if you guys go to the comment section, I already have it in the description of the video. There is a link to your website and a link to your Instagram, so people can jump on and check those out. And so those are already in the description of the video. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to be watching the whole video again and putting in links to different parts of the conversation. So when we start talking about different subjects or whatever, in the description, you can just click on the link and it'll take you to that part of the conversation. We're the only ones in YouTube that does that because we care about drinking whiskey and the people in it. We don't want to take up somebody's time that doesn't have the time, right?
Of course.
All right. Rum finish. Marvin says rum finish. Absolutely. There's not very many rum finishes out there. But if you can get a hold of one, that's good stuff. Robzilla.
One of the best things about this job is, the research. You got to research what everybody else is doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because I don't drink much. I drink very seldom, but I buy a lot. So Jeremy drinks a lot of the stuff for me.
Yeah, I do a lot of the tests.
I come back from the BX because we've got a little BX down here. And let me tell you, if anybody who is in the Portland, Vancouver area, if you get a chance, go to the Vancouver Barracks Base Exchange. That place has amazing selection of liquor and like stuff. I walk in and I can't believe they got it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's freaking awesome. It's good to have a good honey hole like that.
It is, yeah. I shouldn't talk about it, but But Tammy, the man there, will appreciate it. So
It's kind of like
yeah.
the sacred fishing spot.
It is.
Exactly.
It is. I don't buy enough over there, so I don't feel bad about sending people.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the comments. That way people in the audience can jump on into the revolving door of questions. Now, the
Okay.
revolving door of questions works just like how you think it would. They get to come in, ask you a question. When that conversation is over, they get swept right back outside. So they get kicked off after that, because or else we'll go down a wormhole. You know, whiskey lovers and especially veterans, we can sit there and tell stories all day. Next thing I know, they're going to be telling you about their what kind of car they have or what job they have or something. And I want to keep it focused on you guys. And so
I don't, I would never say I'm a master distiller or anything like that. I'm self-taught. So if you're looking for technical details and stuff, I know what I know, but
yeah.
So we can tell you how to do it safely.
Yeah.
But other than that,
we're semi-safely, yeah.
Nice. Also, anybody who jumps on screen and asks a question is going to be entered in to a raffle at the end, where there's going to be giveaways. There's going to be prizes. I can tell you that I know for a fact there is some good stuff already in the prize pool. And so anybody that jumps on and asks a question is going to be entered into that. And I got to go and pin the link. But while I'm doing that, the only part of the story that I haven't heard you tell tonight is, where'd you get the name?
Yeah, and sorry, I was a little deflated last time when we were talking. I had just gotten off work and I was pretty tired. But so
yeah, you're good.
My dad is he's a Marine. I won't call him a former Marine. He's a Marine who
yes, they're Marines for life.
Retired. He was private 6 times, so he's a little bit wild. And his nickname is Skunk. He got the nickname when he was little. He was a little guy, 6-7 years old. Parents sent him out to get the dog because it was nasty and rainy outside. And I guess they had a little black and white dog. He went out to get the dog, didn't want to be out there in the cold and rain. And so he just kind of peeked out on the porch to see if it was out there, saw black and white fur and grabbed it, and it let him have it. And so he's had the nickname ever since.
That's so fun.
His favorite way to get out of school too. He would get sprayed by a skunk and use that to get out of school. So, but
you get off the bus, run laps around the building, and get put right back on the bus before it could leave.
Yeah, apparently when you start sweating after you've been sprayed by a skunk, it comes out more. So, yeah. And that's just kind of his personality. He is a card. He's always in trouble. He's always causing trouble. So I have to watch him when he's running the tasting room because, like he'll pour and pour and pour like that. You can't get people drunk. So but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he the one in the pictures on your Instagram?
Yeah. Yep.
Looks sweet, but once you get to know him a little bit more, it kind of fades away.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy until you get to know him.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so we've got Charred and Twisted on, ready to make us a cocktail. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for coming on and showing me what else we could do. And what are you guys working with over there? Oh crap, I missed it. Sorry. Cheers.
We're gonna need a refill.
What are we working with? What are we making tonight?
Yeah, what are you making tonight?
So I'm using the SmokeJumper to make bourbon cherry sour. So kind of a play on a whiskey sour.
Okay.
So I've already have I did a dry shake on the egg white because I think that makes the foam a little bit better. So we have 1 egg white in here, dry shake, and then 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, fresh squeezed, of course.
Okay.
And then we're going to do 3/4 ounce simple syrup. And we'll do a 1/2 ounce of cherry liqueur. So this is maraschino cherry liqueur. 1/2 ounce of that.
Uh-huh.
That's the cherry in the bourbon cherry sour.
Okay.
Well, We do have a cordial as well.
Oh, do you? Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
get a sample.
Oh,
So it's a seasonal one, so depending on
Oh,
everything.
wow. I bet that'd be awesome. And
We
then
might be able to see.
1.5 ounces of the SmokeJumper. Right in there. And then, sorry, my ice is behind me. Then we'll do a quick shake. We're going to strain into our fresh glass here. And we'll garnish with cherry. So,
nice.
cheers.
Cheers.
And I can attest, I've had a couple of them, and they're delicious.
It's delicious. The SmokeJumper adds so much like texture and depth of flavor to the drink. It's really amazing.
So you tried it with other whiskeys other than the SmokeJumper?
Yes. Well, I've done. So you sent me 2 samples. This is all
Right.
we have left.
Yeah.
I had to hide it. So I tried it. I wanted to make sure it was a good drink before I used my sample in it to make sure it hold up. And then when I made it with that's the only way to make it now. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The added contrast from the SmokeJumper is just.
Yeah, it's chef kiss.
We don't want to say the other ones that we tried because that wouldn't be polite. But this was
by far the winner.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I don't mind. I'm easy, but yeah, I really like the SmokeJumper in cocktails. It's a big win for me.
Yeah, it holds its own. So, which is always nice when you're drinking bourbon in a cocktail. You want something that can stand up and kind of go to battle with the other flavors in the drink. So,
Yeah. Awesome. So, do you guys have a question for Scott and Jeremy?
I do.
Go ahead. Shoot.
I'm wondering, and I'm new to the brand, right? And like I said, so those samples, that was the first, and definitely won't be the last. We really enjoyed them. I guess my question for you, I know your flagship one is also really good. I've been able to try that one. What would you say is your favorite one? Like, this is, if you try one thing by Skunk Brothers, we want you to try this. This is what we want to be known for. You know,
Oh, that's tough.
Which would that be?
Between the two, man, that's a tough one for me. It's kind of like, choosing between your favorite kid. I really enjoyed the SmokeJumper. I think that's, for me, that's kind of more my thing. I like a little stronger, a little smokier. But if I'm just sitting drinking straight, usually I'm drinking the Whiskey Road. If I'm going to blend it, I'll drink SmokeJumper a lot more often. But I think for me, SmokeJumper is my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, out of everything you make?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we make a lot of stuff, but
Right. I know that you guys have a few different offerings other than just those two whiskeys.
Right now, I think we've got about 12 or 13 different things on here.
Right.
But yeah, the Whiskey Road and the SmokeJumper are kind of our 2 flagships. And the SmokeJumper is my personal favorite, I think. It kind of depends. So, all of our stuff is small batch, and all of our Whiskey Road is individual barrel club members that come in and help us make it. And it's all the same liquor, it's all the same batch, but it's amazing how one batch can be so much different than another. And sometimes I'll get a batch I really like and I'll stash this case of it at home. And, other times I really enjoy it. And, the interesting thing is they're both the same liquor. So it's exactly the same mash bill, exactly the same liquor. It just depends on whether we have the SmokeJumper aged differently or if we put it in a barrel. And the SmokeJumper has a different aging process, which I'm sure we can get into. But yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Charred and Twisted, Will, Stacy, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
So you guys in the South Sound area, if you're looking for catering, with smoked meats and cocktails.
Yeah.
Hit up Charred and Twisted on Instagram.
Right on.
Guys.
Bye, guys.
All right, see you guys later. Oh, goodness. Toast Malone, you don't look like Toast Malone.
Oh, it's not. It's not Toast Malone.
What's up, Lee? The bourbon
What's
baller is
happening,
in the
man?
house. What's going on?
Not much, man. I had a quick question. Is there any intent on finishing your bourbon with your apple brandy?
Ooh, solid. Dude, that'd be good.
So what's to add the two together?
No,
I
finish
have-
it. Finish like your barrels you age the brandy and finish bourbon in it.
So the brandy is actually unaged. The apple pie is unaged, but that is definitely something we can play with because that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That is a fantastic question, Lee. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm bringing on toast now. Here comes toast.
All right.
Hello, sir.
What's
How
up,
you doing?
buddy?
Well, guys, I got to tell you, I've tried a couple of your products and your cognacs, aka your brandies, are amazing. And I think that you should blend them with your bourbons. And that's all I got to say.
Okay. So you tried the apple pie, I'm assuming? You liking that one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that one gets me invited to hunting trips. It's about the only reason why I can go. But yeah.
I can imagine that gets you invited to hunting trips or, I mean, to glory holes or, to wild sex orgies or whatever it is. Man, I can imagine.
All right,
how
so I'm
many things.
gonna pour some of this apple pie brandy here that you're talking about. Now, one thing to note is there is literally a cinnamon stick floating in this bad boy.
Hey, that is nothing but the goodness floating around in there. Okay, Mark? Just calm down and drink.
I love it. And so give a toast to my man Sean here. It is his birthday, 29 years old. Give
Happy
it
birthday.
I'd kill 6 people to be 29 again, buddy. Cheers.
All right, hey, cheers, Sean. Happy birthday, buddy.
God damn, that is good.
Oh
stuff.
man, that is flavorful.
I'm telling you, Mark.
I haven't tried it before. That was my first sip of that apple pie brandy. I hadn't
I'm
tried it.
telling you, man.
I gave out some samples, and that was it.
The
Man,
old elk
that
cigar
cinnamon. The cinnamon comes in the finish like
Yeah,
crazy.
thank you.
Up front, it's just apple cider and pie crust, but the finish is all cinnamon. Man, that's crazy.
You got
Skunk
it,
Brothers
yeah.
Cigar Blend coming soon. That's all I got to say. Skunk Brothers Cigar Blend coming soon. That's all I got to say.
We
All
are
right,
having
dog?
our and whiskey night here coming up pretty soon. It'll be on our website here in the next couple weeks. We're still in the planning stages, but yeah, we're going to be doing that.
Yeah,
Yes,
so Sean really likes a cigar blend, like how Joseph Magnus has and stuff like that. So you do multiple finishes to get all the rich flavors that you have going on in a cigar blend.
Armagnac.
Yeah, Armagnac is one of those. But yeah, if you guys came out with a cigar blend, wouldn't they be the first ones in Washington State with their own cigar blend?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I've never
I'm
heard
just
of it
saying.
before.
Just saying.
See, I learned every day.
All right, hey Sean, Lee, great to see you guys. Both of you guys are on the wheel individually for your great recommendations and questions that turned into recommendations. Appreciate you guys. Oh man, they look like they are having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good
The
stuff.
apple pie sneaks up on you. I'll just warn you right now.
It does. Well,
It does.
because you guys have it at 85 proof. So it's not a
Yep.
regular liqueur that's like, 30 or something.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some real stuff right there.
I actually
So
had
what-
to start actual brandy in it. I mean, I used to make it with moonshine or Everclear back in the day, and I started making it with apple brandy because my dad's next door neighbors, finished off a bottle while watching Wheel of Fortune, and they were in their 80s. So they said it was terrific, but they couldn't get off the couch to go to bed. So
they didn't.
I was like,
that's fine.
I'll switch to brandy because it's got a little more heat to it. But then the flavor profile came out with the brandy.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrific. And it's a brandy base, so I make the apple brandy from Ryan's Juice out here in Hood River, Oregon. And we totally ruin it by throwing yeast in there, ferment, and then we distill it. And that's the end product there.
I have got to try and see if pouring that apple brandy over ice brings out some usually when you pour stuff over ice, it'll bring out some lighter notes like some vanillas or something. Dude, if that brings out like a apple pie a la mode, kind of apple pie with ice cream kind of a deal.
You can also pour it over ice cream. Just saying.
Oh, I bet.
Come on.
That does add some crazy. No, dude, that brought out a caramel note. That was weird. Oh, so what are you guys sipping on right now?
We're still sipping on. Well, at least I'm
sipping on Whiskey Road.
Yeah. Whiskey Road, both of them.
Right on. William Hall was the next one in the shoot, but I don't see him on camera. Will, are you ready to go, or should I go to the next one? Oh, there you are. William Hall is in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning or good evening. So, quick question. Come from a heavily farming background. You guys are grain to glass, right?
Yep.
So, are you experimenting with other like heirloom grains, or are you doing anything weird?
Weird with the grain? Actually, so we the most recent change we made was we started using a grain supplier out of Kitsap County, out here in Washington, and is it Kitsap? I believe it is.
Oh yeah.
And they supply us with our peated malts, and we were using Scottish malt for a while there, but the locally grown peated malt is just terrific. So we started using that. Haven't done a lot of experimenting lately otherwise, but we've just been really busy. So
obviously, Jeremy, that's really important to you, right? In the distilling, and making sure that you got a consistent coming in.
Yeah, which is funny because I just completely changed it by going to a new yeast. So that's how I knew this. Yeah, that's how I knew this is really where I wanted to be when I got excited over changing 250 grams of a recipe bill. Is when I tried it with a different yeast. What happened was it brought out a lot more of the corn flavor and the corn smell and the corn sweetness, which just enriched the whiskeys so much more to a way that I liked palate-wise. So that's the most experimenting we've done. I've tried changing the balance of my grain bills a couple of times. I'm still waiting for those to come off the still, but coming into the summer season, that's going to unfortunately be put on the back burner because I got to keep the mainline products on the shelf. So I missed my experimental season just a little bit with that one, but we'll see where that comes out.
Nice. So, quick story. My grandfather passed away about 20 years ago. My grandmother just passed away about 10 years ago. When they knocked down her barn, they burned it. They didn't realize that my grandfather had a still underneath the wheat bin. When it went up, the DNR, the ATF, and the county sheriff showed up because there was an explosion. And if we had wished that we had grabbed that before,
oh yeah,
fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's like Prohibition history, man. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Funny story along that lines. My brother and I, when we started this up, officially, we were moving some furniture stuff in here for decoration and whatnot. And one of the things we brought in was a chest. And when we went to lift it, it was super heavy. We're like, what the hell's in this? Opened it up, and it was a whole bunch of old batches of moonshine that we'd made. So I don't think there's much left of that. But yeah, that was a nice find.
Well, he had about 30 gallons underneath there, and when it went up, it actually signaled off to the ATF, and the ATF showed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was fun.
I've heard a lot of great stories
Thanks
like
for
that.
coming on, and I really look forward to getting your stuff in Indiana.
Well,
Right.
Can't wait to try to get it to you. We're working on our licensing in all the other states,
Right.
but yeah, we'll try to get some very soon.
Yeah, and that question goes along with Wandering Magoo's here. The same thing you were just talking about just now, Will, is I've heard about what a headache it is that you have to basically fill out an application per state individually because each state has different laws.
Yeah.
That sounds like some terribly outdated stuff that they need to get with 2023, man.
Yeah, every state's got their own rule, and when you think they have a rule that don't trust anybody to tell you, oh yeah, you can ship here, because that's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you have anybody you can ship to outside of Washington right now?
Yeah, we've got several, and I can send you who we can ship to, because I don't have it off the top of my head, but Jeremy might.
Not.
But
I know there's 7 total.
yeah.
Okay.
If you want to email us at Skunk Brothers Spirits, it's mail at skunkbrotherspirits.com, all plural.
Okay.
I've
got a follow on to that actually. Will, I'm gonna kick you off. You got any say goodbye?
Just big thank you to Scott and Jeremy. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys being here. All right, Will, you are in the raffle, buddy. All right, I'll talk to you later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up your website, and I'm just going to kind of share with you guys what I've experienced from a consumer standpoint, kind of a deal. If you don't mind my input.
No, please do.
And yeah, I already mentioned what you said last time Scott was on with the banner saying the states that we can or cannot ship to. I mentioned that to our web team already, because
Yes,
that was,
yeah,
I understand as well, is like, it's got to be clear before you go and put everything thinking you're going to get it, and then it says we can't ship, to be upfront with all of that. So
awesome. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. There's been a few times that I have filled up a cart, thrown a couple bottles in my shopping cart by going to where they have stuff for sale and, clicking on a few things and putting it in my cart. And then when I go to check out, it says that they can't ship to my address. And I was like, bro, I've been on the site for like an hour now. Now I know. Yeah. Okay. And so on this very first section right here, if there's either like a hyperlink that brings up a map or that it just spells out right here, we can ship to these states. From a consumer's perspective, that is strongly what I'd advise to have. That way, when people first come on, they know if they're in the door or not.
Yeah.
So, and to that, while we're getting that going, just email us and we can let you know if we can ship to your area.
Okay.
Folks,
yeah.
Alaska, we can ship to some areas of Alaska, but not all areas in Alaska.
Oh, really? Okay. You know what? If you when I get that from you, I will put it in the description of this video. Like they can ship to these states, and I'll just put it in the description of the video for anybody who watches this later on. Awesome. All right, we got TroyMan in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hello. Let me pull my mic closer. Hold on. Hello.
Good to see you, Troy.
Good to see you guys. So I was at your place back in October of last year. I was at a conference over this Skamania Lodge, and well, a bunch of IT people have to get together and go drink liquor. So we, of course, found your place, and I was blown away by Mr. Whiskey Road here. Actually, I have 2 bottles of this. This is bottle number 41 of batch 1, barrel 1.
Ooh, we got the same barrel.
Tell you whose barrel is. So is there a name on the front there?
Chris Malone.
Okay. Yes. Yep. That's what we're drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I got the batch 1, barrel 1, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm drinking batch 1, barrel 1.
Yeah, I think I've got 41 and like 73 or something. I've got 2 bottles of it.
We've
Oh,
got
really?
barrel
I have
clubs
2.
who have mini barrels, and some of them just had 1. So it's named after the Chris Malone batch, and then he's got 3 barrels. So his is, it'll be batch 1, barrel 3 next time or whatever. But yeah, so that's how ours works.
Okay.
Right on.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, the whole batch and barrel thing, like how you got that going out.
Yep.
So that's cool.
We just tried to make it confusing for everybody. So
well, you're doing a good job. So the one that I absolutely fell in love with when I was at your place was the moonshine, as you called it, the corn whiskey.
Yes.
Yep.
This stuff is dangerously good. It is.
Wait, you said their moonshine called what?
It's the corn whiskey. It's the small batch. They used to call it the moonshine, but now it's called small batch, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, is that 100% corn?
Yes.
And
Dude,
100 proof.
I don't know why. I think just straight corn whiskey is good. I really like it.
Oh, it is good. I don't know why people
are
afraid. Maybe so. That's kind of why I changed up the brand. Under suggestion. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it back. But it used to say just moonshine whiskey on it. It used to scare people quite a bit. When it said moonshine.
Yeah.
When it's really it's a small batch corn whiskey, but moonshine. It is how I would have made it in my garage if I ever did anything like that. But it's such a good liquor, especially like I use it in place of vodka, rum, tequila.
Yep.
I should never ever drink tequila, but and it's also the base for a lot of our other things. So like our cordials, there's a couple of our cordials that it's the base for because it absorbs flavor. Corn kind of takes on flavor rather than imparting. So mix it with all kinds of things and come up with great liquor.
Yeah. And this one, like my wife has a 90 proof limit. She won't drink things above 90 proof. This is one of the very few exceptions. So this is our second bottle of it, and I've just cracked it about 2 months ago, and I had to hide it in the back of the cabinet so nobody would find it. But I pulled it out tonight just for you guys, and I'm not going to hide it again. This is going to disappear pretty quick. So when I was there in October of last year, I asked the lovely lady that was at the counter helping us, actually where you're sitting right now is where I was sitting. And I asked her, and I think she asked Jeremy, if you guys have any cask strength bourbons coming. So whatever you put it into barrel at, anything like that.
Quite a bit, yeah. And I think we can expect some in the future.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got our 10-year anniversary coming up, so we'll probably do a cask strength for that. That's my guess.
Awesome. Well, if you want some people to help you pick out a single barrel to have it at cask strength, we'd be more than happy to help you pick the single barrel with our little tasting club here, and and help promote it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we may have to do that. And the fun thing about this, or the great thing about our Whiskey Road, is just coming off the cask it's terrific. Just straight out of the barrel. We may or may not have a little tradition of just downing that last little bit that's left in the lines after we pump out the liquor, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also is kind of dangerous because it's really strong, obviously, but it goes down so well.
Oh, nice.
What is your barrel entry proof set to?
I've got it at 120 to 125.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, TroyMan, you are in the raffle, buddy.
Thanks.
No, thank you for coming on. It's always good seeing you.
Thank you, yes.
Stay tuned. See what see if you win something later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try that, man.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Wow.
Ah, man.
I can find out if we sent you any. I don't remember.
Let's see. Marvin is up next. Marvin, are you ready? Yeah. All right. Marvin's out here showing leg. What's up, buddy?
Sexy. First off, happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Okay, so I did get to try, what was it, Whiskey Road, Mark?
Yep.
Yes. So if you guys didn't see the video where I went to Marvin's house and cracked the Whiskey Road fresh crack and tried it with him the first time I got to try it. Tried it at his house, and man, it had such different flavor than everything else we had that day. I mean, me and this guy drank like 10 different things that day, and that one stood out as having this.
It reminded me of Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, it was just like shortbread cookies with a bunch of spices and like cinnamon and nutmeg and all kinds of. Oh, and there was like a pine note in there too, like an evergreen note in there somewhere.
For me, it just reminded me like Christmas in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The gingerbread's a good catch on that because that's kind of what I get too.
Yeah, gingerbread. Yeah.
So I missed. So I'm sorry, I missed part of the off and on. So I was just reading here. Hang on. So the is your mash grain the same for the two bourbons that you have, the Whiskey Road
It is.
SmokeJumper?
Yeah. So a little quick story there. It's exactly the same mash bill. One's just 90 proof, and the other is, obviously 80. A friend of mine was kind of harping on me to send a batch back to North Carolina to his friends at Two Trees Distilling. He wanted me to try their process for rapid aging. And I'm kind of a snob about whiskey, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm never going to do that. It took him a couple of years, but I finally sent some back. He finally convinced me just to get him to shut up. And when I sent it to him, and when it came back, I was absolutely in love with what came back, and that was the SmokeJumper. Didn't change a thing. The guys at Two Trees Distilling are, as I understand it, they're kind of the legal wing of the Moonshiner show. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do. The process is actually ultrasound. They ultrasound the liquor.
Right.
That was
my
question. Is what's the difference what's the rapid aging versus the 3 year? So it's ultrasound, you said, as far as for the smoke.
Yeah, so they line a tank with different whiskey staves, whatever we choose, or different oak staves, and then they ultrasound it. And yeah, it's phenomenal. Their process is terrific. And again, I'm absolutely against rapid aging usually, but this was phenomenal, and I was absolutely in love with it. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna put this in a bottle.
Okay.
So
those are my questions.
Awesome.
Okay.
But yeah,
well, I appreciate you being here, Marvin. So bottom line up front, to make a long story short, the Whiskey Road is the flagship whiskey from the Skunk Brothers Distillery, right? The SmokeJumper is the exact same whiskey, but it has an additional finish, right? Additional process that happens afterwards. And
the only difference. So real quick, the one we take half a tank, half goes to barrels, and the other half goes to North Carolina. Doesn't get aged. It's just rapid age. So 1 day in a barrel.
Last question, then you can kick me off. So have you compared them 90 proof to 90 proof? I see the Whiskey Road is proof down to 80. Have you tried?
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
Have we bumped it up?
Yeah.
We do ourselves. Part of it was we wanted to keep, when I first started this, I wanted to make really good whiskey for everybody to enjoy, and I wanted to keep that cost down. So that was kind of why I went with 80 proof. And I've definitely kicked around bumping that proof up a little bit over time. And I probably will. I just haven't, it's a paperwork thing with the TTB that I've got to do. So,
and to just because I'm a straightforward man of integrity, Whiskey Road, I like it. It's good. But at 80 proof, when I see these two beside each other at the store, I'm going to buy this one every time. It's got the additional finish, and it's got additional 10 proof points. I'm not your average whiskey drinker because I have a lot of high proof stuff. But, if this was bumped up in proof to 90, 95, I'd probably buy this again. But at 80, I'm not going to.
Okay. Good to know.
101. 101 is a good proof.
101 is a fantastic freaking proof. Love you, Marvin. I'll talk to you later, buddy. You are in the raffle. Awesome. All right, so we got a few peoples in the raffle so far. Let's get back to the women of whiskeys. They were asking about you guys because she came in late. This is hold on, Scott and Jeremy from the Skunk Brothers Spirits in Stevenson, Washington, veteran-owned and family-owned distillery in the southern part of Washington near the Columbia River, and we are just excited to have them here because not only is it a veteran-owned thing, but it's a Washington State local thing, and so being in both of those categories just makes me a happy guy.
And when we say near the Columbia River, you could probably throw a rock from where I'm sitting and hit it.
Oh, dude, you better be fishing in that bad boy.
It's hard because you might get sent down the river by the natives.
Are you not allowed to fish where you're at?
Oh yeah, they fish right there.
We aren't. So when you get past the dam, it becomes native land. And so you have to figure out all the rules and whatnot with that because they get fishing rights over all of it. But when we walk out to look at the river, they've got their nets out there fishing because it is their stuff to fish. I think we can fish off of docks, but that's about it. We're not allowed to boat out there and fish.
Right.
5 miles down the road, though, we can fish down there. It's just on the other side of the dam.
It's on the other side of the dam.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So you can do shore fishing.
Yeah.
Not in a boat. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, at least you can do that.
Yep. Well, and the fun thing is we have the native fish house, Brigham's Fish House, just across the river, and those ladies are terrific. We go over there and we actually give them, we supply them with whiskey or apple pie to make smoked salmon, and so phenomenal.
Yeah. So
all right, so I'm gonna try your cinnamon. This also has a cinnamon stick in there.
Yep.
Yes, it does. And that cinnamon stick is primarily for the color. So that bottle without that cinnamon stick would look like our corn whiskey, but cloudy because of the simple syrup that we make and add to it for the flavor. But that cinnamon turns it that nice red color for you. So
yeah, I haven't tried this before. I just gave some people some samples of it.
So yeah, I get a lot of people that come in, see cinnamon whiskey, and they instantly flash back to college, and I bring them back around and do my best to peer pressure them into trying it again. And more often than not, they walk out with a bottle of it because it's a reimagining of cinnamon whiskey and what it could have been.
Yeah, talking about high school and college, or you said college, right? I'm high school.
Sure, college.
So when I was in high school, there was Goldschlager.
Yep.
And there was Aftershock. And Aftershock and Goldschlager both had their marketing, of what they did. Like, because Aftershock had those, like, sugar crystals on the bottom, and Goldschlager, of course, had, like, flakes of gold floating around in it. And it wasn't until much later that I learned about Fireball. But, so, your cinnamon is 80 proof, so you didn't go some of those liqueur ways and go down to like 65, 70. You stayed at 80.
We kept it a whiskey.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, I'm not getting the red cinnamon. I'm getting the brown cinnamon, which is nice. Because, there's the red hots, there's the hot tamales, there's all the red hot cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
This is like when I was a kid and would put butter on bread and put cinnamon on it.
Okay.
Women of whiskeys. Hold on. I lived on the Columbia River. That comment intrigued me. Where are you guys at? They're in Stevenson.
Yep.
Bring on Michelle. Better late than never. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Jerry? Good to see you, buddy. Shots out. Shots fired. Or splash out. Let's go. East of Vancouver, 45 minutes. Oh, Whiskey Edition. What's up, buddy? I don't think I shouted you out earlier. Rob, if you want to jump on and ask a question and get entered into this raffle, we've still got some raffle prizes to give away in a little bit here.
So on the cinnamon, someone once told me that my moonshine tasted like tequila.
Really?
Which I guess, yeah. I see that some people they're trying to place it in their head. When first time they try a straight corn whiskey that's nothing but corn, their brain kind of goes towards agave or something. So when I was asked to make the cinnamon whiskey, that person liked their cinnamon or their tequila with a cinnamon on an orange slice. And
yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So that's actually the where we got that. So the cinnamon whiskey has actually got some orange citrus in it, and simple syrup. So that's kind of the thing. And like Jeremy said, the cinnamon stick isn't really there for the flavor; it's more for the heat because we're just using a natural cinnamon oil for that. However, I will caveat that with, if you leave the cinnamon stick in there for a long time, it will dissolve and get hotter and hotter.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like it that hot, bring it here, and my wife will take it and she'll trade you out. Yeah.
Oh really?
She loves the hot stuff. So, and you can always just pull the cinnamon stick out if it's as hot as you like it. But yeah, it'll dissolve eventually.
Well, this like real deal natural cinnamon stick is why it tastes more like brown cinnamon than red cinnamon.
Yeah. Everything we do is
fake hot candy.
And when I say natural, because I learned in this business that when somebody says natural, that doesn't mean it's natural. But we use nothing but the real deal cinnamon, simple syrup. If it says it's peach, we make it with peaches. If it's made of apple, it's made of apple, that kind of thing. So no artificial colors. Our chocolate cordial, we do have a chocolate cordial it's kind of a pale yellowish brown color, which is kind of unfortunate, but the flavor's terrific. And it's because we just take the cocoa bean husks and soak that in our brandy, and that it comes out tasting like a chip.
Whoa, Scott, slow down. You take cocoa bean husks and soak it in your brandy to make your cocoa. Dude, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. It's like a dark chocolate Tootsie Roll kind of.
All right, so I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget it. I'm gonna have to order some of your chocolate cordial and some of your cherry cordial.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, the Three Drunk Uncles have a podcast in Graham, Washington. And they love cherry flavored stuff. And so I'm going to tell them to get on your cherry cordial as well.
So we do a chocolate cherry cordial too.
What? You shut your mouth. Goodness gracious.
But funny thing about that, I was told not to make that one. So I went ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah.
Once we got approved to sell it, it was our #1 bestseller for like 3 months straight.
Oh, dude, I bet you were just patting yourself on the back all damn day.
Everybody leaves the tasting room. My operations manager, Deborah Joe, always tells them about it, and so they love to walk by my office and hold up their bottle of chocolate cherry cordial, and oh, we love it. I'm like, yeah, I know, thanks. I'm chocolate and cherries together, but honestly, it's terrific. It's really good. It's just not one of my flavors that I like, and I have to admit, it's really good. So,
oh, Bubble Bath, what's up, Nate? Good to see you, buddy. Oh my goodness, they're talking about Marvin and not having pants on still. Okay. Goodness. So Rob from Whiskey Edition is in the house. You ready to jump on, buddy?
Hey,
what's up, man? Good to see you.
Better late than never, like somebody else said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I suppose all the other questions have already been asked about your.
Not all the questions.
Like, do you get your water straight out of the Columbia since you're so close, or would that be a violation of Indian rights? I don't know.
Well, no, we have a natural aquifer here.
Good.
The water in Stevenson's terrific. We've got hot springs and mineral water coming out of the taps, so we don't need to get out of Columbia. We do have Hanford up the river a bit, so I'm always nervous about taking water out of Columbia.
You might need to do a little iodine treatment or something to get the.
You might have to.
Well,
Yeah.
And all of the water that goes into our whiskeys, we actually have a reverse osmosis system for all of our water, just to make sure it's nice, clean, safe. I'm not gonna add any interesting flavors that I didn't know were in my water into our. So.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Well,
so.
This is the second time this week Stevenson has come up for me because I need to take one of my amplifiers down to a Carver repair shop that's in Stevenson, so it must be the up and coming place
No way.
down there on the river.
What a coincidence.
Are you distributing up in the Seattle area?
We are. Yeah.
Okay.
We're in Tool Wine and More specifically. All of them up and down the I-5 corridor, and then. And here's something you can help us with. We're trying to get out into more bars and restaurants. We had a little bit of a presence prior to COVID, but as you know, COVID took a lot of businesses out. So now we're trying to reestablish ourselves. People getting out there and talking about us, that's the best way. Ask your bartenders or your liquor stores to bring us in. That's a huge help to us. We don't have a lot.
I bought this one at Total Wine.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Yeah,
I'll have
this
to
is
check
good
it out.
stuff. Grab that.
And we
Well,
can ship to Washington, but it's we also don't mind delivering if we can. So if you're
I'd
close,
kind of like to pick up.
yeah, come on out.
Even though it's
See
a
us
bit
up
of a
in
drive.
person.
Cool.
Yeah, when you go down there, let me know.
Well, I
Yeah,
got to make
you'll
sure
have
they're
to-
open, so it's kind of a long drive to knock on the door and go, "What the hell? I drove."
Well, you know
4
what?
hours."
Email us beforehand or call us, and we'll make a special day for you guys.
We'll make sure we're here.
Cool.
Nice.
I was going to say on the support your local bars and restaurants, the one down the street from me, Whiskey West, they got broken into and had a bunch of stuff stolen out of them the other night. So that just makes it more important to try to get out and do that and
Local.
keep it local.
It's terrible.
Yes, no yummy Flintstone vitamin flavor. That was always a great growing up when my mom would give me Flintstone vitamins. They're like, "Oh, it's supposed to taste good." Yeah, it didn't taste.
No.
I'm just reading your chats here.
Well, I'm trying to frequent the West Seattle Liquor and Wine, so I'll check with them to see if they have your product there and see if I
there
can
you
pick
go.
up
Yeah.
a bottle.
Yep. And we have a person working up in that area, so we can get it to them pretty quick.
Oh, cool. Good.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Right on. All right, Rob, I just put you on the wheel to be in the raffle, so stay tuned. We'll get to that in a few minutes here.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Yeah, good to see you too, man. Women of Whiskey says they're going to tap out. All right. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm glad you caught the show as well. No, they're still talking about Marvin being naked. Roger that. Nope. No Flintstone vitamin flavor.
Maybe he was wearing those marine silkies still. I don't know. Those marine battle panties. What I'm talking about?
The PT shorts for the Marines that are too small?
Yeah.
All right, so Bubble Bath is in NorCal. Where does comment go? He asked about if you guys do any distribution in Northern California.
Working on it.
Working on it.
It's
There it is.
slow right now. It's coming up. We have everything set up for it. I think we're just waiting for more orders to begin popping in.
Yeah.
We're available through LibDib, so if you can talk to a liquor store that gets liquor from LibDib, they can order from us for sure.
But California is also one of the states I can ship to.
Okay. So you can individually ship there. Right on. So go to their website, find the contacts, shoot them an email, and sounds like they're willing to work with you on some stuff. And if they can't make it happen, shoot me an email, and if I can grab a bottle and magically run it your way, then I might be able to do that. Jerry says distribution on JBLM is needed. And you know what? That brings up an interesting point, Jerry. So on JBLM, they have an Army side and an Air Force side. They have PX on both sides of the base that sells alcohol. They've got no less than 4 gas stations on one side, a gas station on the other side, and a gas station on North Fort, plus the Class 6. So when I go whiskey hunting on base, I'm stopping at, 7 or 8 different stores. And not one of them has a Washington State, like a local section in their stores. And so I've been razzing them about that. But also, you guys are on a very small list of local Washington State distilleries that are also veteran-owned. I only know of like 1 or 2 others. And so I'm like, why aren't you guys more represented on base? And so I appreciate you bringing that up, Jerry, because that's something I'm passionate about as well.
So we have one local distributor down here that started the process to get into the Vancouver base exchange, which I hope will lead to more as far as them, as far as like the PX and BX in Seattle. It's a little bit scary for us just because, the exchange service is a huge system, and a lot of times when they order pallets at a time.
Oh yeah,
which is terrific. But it's also a little scary. So because
like I just said, on this one base, I've got like 8 different stores I can go to.
Right.
So yeah.
So if it's a local kind of thing, we're still trying to make sure that we don't have to ship all of our liquor that we have at one time. I don't know how big their orders are, but it's a little bit of a, we're easing into that. However, ask your local exchanges to bring in local liquors, because it's something that's lacking right now.
Yeah. Are you guys in the Washington State Distillers Guild?
Yes.
Okay. So what I see represented from local distilleries on JBLM is I see Heritage with their they have the Special Forces blend, and I think they have one more that I usually see on base, but it's usually just the SF blend that I see on there, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but pat on the back to them for making it. Okay. And of course, they've got 3 different flavors of Woodinville on the shelf at the Class 6 on base.
Okay.
And so they might be a good resource to say, how do I do that?
Yeah. Heritage and Woodinville have become really big deals, actually. They're surprisingly large distilleries. I did some training with Justin down there when I first got started. And, great guys, great people. And I'm glad to see them taking off the way they are. They have multiple distilleries now.
Right. Heritage just opened a new one in Lacey. Was that last year?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, they've got one on tribal lands down there at
right.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, we are going to do the raffle in a few minutes. And so if any of you guys have a question that you want to jump on and ask so you can get included in the raffle, you only have a few more minutes to do so. Distribution is needed. Yes. Nimrax, Adam, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad that you made it on. Same with you, Tater Dom. Still talking about Marvin being naked. Got it. Ken, Scotch Down Under. All right. What's up, buddy? Fellow brother in arms from Australia. Appreciate you being here. Good to see you. Ken, I'm going to have to see if I can find someone to get you to try some of the Skunk Brothers. Total Wine has Skunk Brothers in Vancouver. Right on, Wandering Magoo. Good day, Jerry Black. Exactly.
All the ones up the I-5 corridor now. So you should be able to ask for it. If they don't have it, ask them, and they should bring it back in. They don't always tell us when they run out.
Yep. And so Jerry brings up a good point that at the Class 6, they have they have order sheets, and you say, I want you to order me 1 bottle, 2 bottles, order a whole case. I have literally ordered a whole case before at the Class 6. And so that is a possibility. And so guys like you, Old Soldier, which is a veteran-owned distillery in Tacoma, you guys, I should be putting on every month. I need to keep reminding myself, just make photocopies of that sheet, turn it in once a month, and have you and Old Soldier and a few other local distilleries that I'm a big fan of put you on that order sheet. Bourbon hunting it with Martin. Oh, Will. Love you, buddy. Shut Up Late, was the accelerated aging process on the SmokeJumper already covered? Yes. Was there anything else that you wanted to kind of cover on that?
Not really. I mean, I'm not sure anything I missed, but yeah,
Okay.
it's a ultrasound aging process.
Right. So, Nate, within the next couple days, I'll go through and watch the video again and put in the description of the video the chapter conversation navigation links. And so each different part of the conversation, there's going to be a link that you can jump to in the description. And so you'll be able to watch that exact part here in a few days when I catch up. Tumwater. I was in the 7th SF group, Panama. Woot, Jerry Black. Would love to try the SmokeJumper. The label is awesome. Yes, dude. That's why for this month, it was the veteran-owned whiskey of the month. That freaking label kills, man. Give your artist a verbal high five for me on that one.
Will do.
Total Wine said they have 4 versions, including the whiskey.
Yeah, they've got. I'd have to look. I think they've got both of our Whiskey Roads, or they've got Whiskey Road SmokeJumper, Viking Lightning,
They
which
have the Moonshine.
then
And they have one thing, it's the Apple Pie, because they keep labeling it as a whiskey instead of a brandy.
Yeah. They've got 4 or 5.
There's Joe, dude. I love you, Joe. Joe, if you don't have any questions, then you don't have any questions. But if you do have a question, man, jump on and get entered into this raffle. You only have like 1 minute left. But thank you for continually posting their website. And all you guys, to let you know, it is already in the description of the video. The link to their website and the link to their Instagram is already right there, ready for you. I'll watch the replay. Yes. Yeah, Nate. On every single episode of Distiller's Perspective, I put the chapter navigation, or the conversation navigation, correction. That way people can jump around. Blueberry. What? Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Rob.
He's listening.
Viking Lightning. Oh, hell yeah. Got to look that up. Uh-huh. So I guess Ken's on your website right now. Oh, Ben the Demon Hunter. Are you? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to jump on, Ben. Yeah, the SmokeJumper. Blueberries and cinnamon. I don't know. You know what? I haven't had any SmokeJumper yet tonight. So I'm going to close off the night with this one. I bought this bad boy at Total Wine, and when I did is when I sent you that initial email.
Okay.
And I'm halfway through this bad boy now. I really like it. I have my choices. This whole back wall is all Washington State whiskey, and this guy has been one that I've been visiting regularly. I did give some samples out, as you guys know, but Total Wine. You put the
We may give our
there.
list.
List.
That's funny. Do you have sample sizes or a festive gift pack? That is a solid ass question, Rob, because there are not many distilleries. I've only been to, I think, 2 different distilleries that they have a sample pack. And I'm telling you, it is a guaranteed sell. Like if you're looking at an appetizer menu, you're going to go with the sampler pack because you want to try like 3 or 4 different things.
Yep.
So
the hard part with that right now that we're facing is shipping the bottles. Just because 9 out of 10 times they break in shipment. And so we're working on trying to get the bottles to be able to ship. I do have them. If you would like to email us. It's on our website. I can work on getting that pack, and I can try my best to ship it for you, just so you can have those sample packs. It'd be something I'd just do for you.
Do you have them available at the distillery?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do have them. I've got a pack.
No, that's great. I think having a sample pack there at the distillery is just a moneymaker.
Yeah.
And we have holiday packs too. So we've got,
Little gift packs
and stuff.
holiday season. That's all prepackaged and everything.
Yep.
Okay. What's up, Ben?
Good evening.
Welcome.
So I guess one question will be fast and quick. Obviously, well, you said you were in Alaska. You're not in BC or all Western Canada yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I've started working on the export thing here recently, and it's a lot of paperwork, but we're getting there.
Well, that's just awesome. You're up in Alaska. A more personal question is it sounds like your family's been in Washington for quite a while.
Yeah, so you're getting some ears back there.
Yeah, that's our youngest.
Yeah. Mine's a dog, so she crawls up on me.
Hi.
I grew up down in the Eugene area and moved up to Aberdeen in 1985, I think. So I was living in Aberdeen until I joined the military. So there's a little bit of history of Aberdeen. You're asking me, Mark, about bands and stuff that I like.
Yep.
Well, your dad got his nickname from Skunks, so that sounds like the Northwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. As you can see, I'm a little distracted at the moment, so I guess I'll just leave it at that for tonight. It was nice to meet you both.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, Ben. It's always good to see you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Nicely done.
Indpndt Joe is in the house.
What is up, brothers?
What's
How
up,
you doing
man?
today? Pretty good. Can you hear me? This mic.
I got you loud and clear, brother.
All right, cool. I guess the what size barrels do you guys use? What you guys use various sizes or?
Primarily 52, 53 gallon barrels. They, this is standard oak barrel, and they're number 4 char if you're interested in that. But
yeah, I'm interested. And also, you guys already talked about later down the line, you're thinking of making something at cask strength. Do you know how far down the line that might be? Is that a distant someday?
I don't think it's
thinking, or what is that?
Yeah, I'd like to release something for our, like I said, for our 10-year anniversary. I'd like to.
Okay. So, and how far before your 10-year anniversary? Will that be like a 8 to 10-year-old whiskey?
Yeah, it'll be probably 3 or 4. We had to hold off on making whiskey, making bourbon when we first started. There was a barrel short. I don't know if you remember that. Back in 2014 era. There was no wood or oak or something, and so barrel prices shot up, and we couldn't afford to make bourbon at the time. But we did. I think we're 3 or 4 years. It's our oldest right now.
We would love to go longer. It's just kind of with the investors, they want their return, and having that COVID year set them back an additional 2 years from already expecting. So right now, I'm selling a barrel. I'm harvesting and bottling that next barrel just to keep the investors happy. We've got barrels that we're looking at keeping longer. I've got a barrel personally that I'm looking at going to keep longer and doing more testing on instead of just, well, it's at 2 years, time to harvest it. So
nope.
But it is something we're looking at and wanting to do for sure.
I know this sounds kind of weird, but like I was on Facebook Marketplace. And in our area, they were having there was a vineyard that was selling off their barrels. Did you guys ever look into that type of stuff where you're buying from different areas, different wineries and stuff, like maybe for finishing and all that?
Yep. I've actually tried some with some brandies. Some of the brandies came out really well. We haven't released any of them yet, but Haven't tried the bourbon yet. I've always been a little afraid to put the bourbon in there, just because it's been such a struggle to get the bourbon made over the last couple of years. But yeah, I think we'll probably end up doing it. We've got a couple of wineries that work really closely with us, so we'll be starting to use their stuff here.
Yeah, because there's also, there's various distilleries that buy other distilleries barrels and reuse them and use them as like a Jack Daniel's finish, type thing, which is not a. I think who was that? I think it was Gene Nassif from Cat's Eye Distillery had something like that. He also had like stuff from Buffalo Trace and stuff, finishing some of the whiskeys in there. So that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we might try that.
But also, as far as the rapid aging, you don't use that for your 80 and your 90 proof, your flagship whiskeys. You don't use the rapid aging for that, do you?
Just for the whiskey, or just for the SmokeJumper, which I guess it's flagship. Yep.
Yeah, just the SmokeJumper. The Whiskey Road I call it when I do my tastings here at the tasting room. I call it my true barrel aged bourbon for the Whiskey Road, because that one truly sits in that barrel for 2 years. It's all those.
So what's the actual age of those two?
Well, so the Chris Malone stuff that we're drinking right now is 3 years old.
Okay.
The 24 hours. So,
Yeah, just to hit that barrel aged classification. I get tossed numbers from the company that ages it for us, and it'll be anywhere from 5 to 7 years that they throw at us after they rapidly age it for about a week, is what they kind of gauge it at to be. I will just, when I get it back, consistently barrel it at 24 hours to stay as consistent as I can with my process. Just so I have a product and I can say, yep, this is 24 hours in a barrel. This one is with 3 years with that Whiskey Road in a barrel.
Oh, so it says on the label how long it's been in the barrel, and then the rapid aging portion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not part of the label.
I haven't put an age statement on, but yeah.
You don't put age statements on them though, at all.
Right.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But the oldest we have right now is what we're drinking is 3 years old. So.
Oh, gotcha. And cheers, Sean. I'm drinking what you're drinking. Cheers to you. Happy birthday.
Yep.
And thank you for answering my questions. Appreciate you.
No problem.
No problem.
So, Joe, hold on. Bourbon for Bacon. I'm also an engineer. You probably already know that. But we are coming up on Memorial Day weekend. So while you're here, Joe, wanted to raise a glass because we're about to enter Memorial Day weekend. I've got 3 buddies who died during the month of May, and I've got one buddy who passed away whose birthday was during the month of May. And as we're getting into Memorial Day weekend, I want to put up a toast with you guys. And Joe, you being here, if you guys might not know, Joe he did over 20 years as a Marine. So once a Marine, always Marine. I'm sure you've got lots of stories of fallen brothers.
Yeah.
Just want to raise a glass for Memorial Day weekend. So I got to jump on a plane tomorrow, and so I'm not going to be around to do a stream for Memorial Day. So just want to raise a glass to all the fallen right now. And so cheers to you guys. We miss you. We love you. We won't forget you. And here's to you.
Cheers.
Good stuff. All right. Hey, Joe, you're in the wheel. You're in the raffle. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Lest we forget. I appreciate you guys. All right, are you guys ready to move on to the raffle?
Let's do it.
Heck yeah. All right, you can check out my red, white, and blue spinner of fun right here. All right, so if you guys don't mind, I'm going to give away the first gift as a flight of the 4 bottles that you guys sent me.
All right.
Well, no, you sent me 3. So got the Whiskey Road, which is the flagship bourbon. I've got the Apple Pie and the Cinnamon, which are way better than I expected them to be. And the SmokeJumper that I picked up at local Total Wine. So if you guys have a Total Wine near you, you might be able to get this too. And I'm telling you, I like that one a lot. So whoever wins this raffle turn is going to get a sample of each one of those. And it's Charred and Twisted. Charred and Twisted, you know what? Hold on. I got to respin because I already gave Charred and Twisted a sample of each one of those. And so, Charred and Twisted, you are going to stay on the wheel. But I want to give those samples to somebody that I haven't already given those samples to. Marvin. Okay, I can give those samples to Marvin. Because I have not given those samples to Marvin. He only tried the flagship.
I'd say we give Charred and Twisted some shot glasses. How about that?
Hey, if you guys want to send Charred and Twisted some shot glasses, I'm sure they would absolutely freaking love it. Because your shot. Hold on, let me solo you real quick. You want to show off next thing on the giveaway?
So that was the shot.
Right on. Sweet. And so on the next spin on the wheel, you want to throw another one of those shot glasses on there, or do you want to give something else?
Yeah, or we can do the challenge coin.
Oh, dude, the challenge coin. Yeah, dude, let's do the challenge coin next. I'm excited about that one. All right, so next, this spin right here is going to get a Skunk Brothers challenge coin. That is freaking awesome. Wait, I got to put myself on the wheel. Hold on. No. Marvin. Hot damn. All right, you're getting removed. So Marvin got a challenge coin. He is removed. Marvin, you're not winning anything else. Oh, man. That is awesome. So Marvin's getting a challenge coin. That is freaking sweet. Love it. And did you just have the shot glass for Charred and Twisted, or did you have one more of those?
We can do one more of those.
Okay. So for another shot glass. Oh, wins a Bourbon Baller Lee. All right, the Bourbon Baller in the house.
So it says, keep your pants on, Marvin. Too late.
Yeah, way too late for that. Wait, winner whiskey dinner. I had whiskey for dinner tonight. No big deal. I didn't. I had a good dinner.
Oh, I was gonna say actually I think I did too, but no, I had a hot dog, so whatever. And I do have a challenge.
Please don't hate me. No, you're good, Bourbon and Bacon. You're a fellow engineer. You just grab the first thing closest to you and drink it up, just like I did. All right, let me solo you again. Did you have another one for another raffle prize?
I do. I have one more challenge coin. Want to do?
Oh, another challenge coin. Oh my goodness. I definitely gotta add myself to this wheel.
I was gonna say, make sure you're on the list.
Yeah.
All right, so another challenge coin going out. Charred and Twisted, right on. All right,
nice.
Oh.
No, dude, that is awesome because they missed out the first time that they won the wheel because they won something I had already gave them, and so them winning that, I'm sure it just makes them freaking thrilled. That is awesome.
Nice.
Man, that was a blast. All right, let's see. Yep, absolutely, buddy. Oh, Joe. Think of the children, Marvin. Yeah, put some pants on. Winning. Oh, you're still here. That's awesome. I'm so glad you guys got to win something after all. That's fantastic. All right, so do you guys have anything coming up in the future that you want to put out and promote?
Well, yeah, we've got several events coming up. You can actually find us at the Vancouver, or the Craft Beer and Wine Fest of Vancouver. That's going to be coming up in July.
Okay.
So we'll be offering tastings there, and for Gee Whiz, if you're a fan of Quiet Riot or Curtis Salgado, they're going to be performing. We also have our car show in August. That's going to be a pretty big hit. That we also do it's our anniversary party as well. So we have a live music fest down here at the same time. That's around August 7th or 8th, if I remember right.
It's the first weekend in August.
And
right on.
And big things I'm excited about is cigar and whiskey nights. We're going to put a couple of those on our website, and you'll be able to sign up there. So we'll let you know when that's going down.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Yeah. Sounds good. Great show. Can't wait to grab some bottles. Absolutely, buddy. Oh yeah, they're doing a big to do at their place for Memorial Day weekend.
Nice.
Congrats. Absolutely. Sweet. Let's see. I feel like I had another question I wanted to ask you guys. Maybe not. Yeah. So if any of you guys that are on right now want to push the join us backstage, I'm gonna close out the live stream and take us backstage for a minute. So all of you guys watching live, if you want to join us backstage, go ahead and click that link at the top of the chat. Other than that, I appreciate all you guys being here, hanging out, talking whiskey with us, learning a little bit more about the Skunk Brothers. And Skunk Brothers, Scott and Jeremy, I'm going to give you guys the floor.
All right.
There you go.
Just let us know.
Come down and see us, too. We've got a great little spot.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for all of you guys that are here. Skunk Brothers, thanks for coming on the show. I hope you see some fresh new orders coming your way. And all you guys out there, remember, drink water.
Yeah.
Hydrate. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of those around you. Be the leader you want to see in other people. Be a positive influence on those within your sphere of influence. And check in next time as we got more whiskey content coming your way. Have a good night, everybody. And remember the fallen this Memorial Day. Okay. Cheers. Earn, protect, enjoy. Night.